So it's time to finish that project, and we're looking at what product we want to finish with. Stone is an excellent choice. There are so many options. Where do we go from here, and how do we choose the right thing for us? The benefits of stone when it comes to the inside or the outside of your house is usually just that aesthetic. We're looking for a certain look, whether it be a very rustic and traditional aesthetic, a little bit more modern aesthetic with your linear type of stones. Ultimately, with the right stone choice and the right installers, we want to look like that stone has been there since the house was built or even before. If I stone a fireplace correctly, it should look like the house itself was built around that perfectly stoned fireplace. How did you choose the right stone? For us, usually what we do is we go find a profile and then we find a color. So for us, we call it a cut on that profile. Say I want a traditional cut or I want a linear cut. Once I narrow that down, I'm going to find the different colors that come in it. With your natural one, what you get is what you get. So if you like a certain style of stone, it typically only comes in a couple of different profiles or cuts to that stone. So with Complete Home Concepts, we have produced our own stone for 46 years now. Every one of our cuts come in every one of our colors. So if you're a big fan of a traditional style of stone, but you want a gray or you want a tan or a white stone color, we can do it. With our stone, we are the biggest manufacturer in the region and actually the only manufacturer in Kansas City of your man-made stone. So we have the knowledge and we have the know-how how to make the stone and install it correctly for you. How do we move forward and how do we get started with the project? Bring in an idea of what you're looking at and the area that we're going to install this. Bring in the plans and then bring in your paint colors. So bring those in and we'll make sure that not only the stone itself matches, but your accessory colors that go with it. For pricing, usually we're gonna guide them towards where their designers, where their builders, or even where their project is leading them. I show off a natural provider, I show off a national brand when it comes to man-made, then I show off my own. So with those, your prices vary quite a bit. My brand is usually the cheapest because I produce it myself, we install it ourselves, so it lends to a little bit better price tag. But that's cheapness as far as the actual price tag, not the value. The next step up is going to be that national brand. Because this is something that we don't actually produce, your price is going to be a little bit higher, think kind of midline tile or even a little bit more expensive. Your most expensive is going to be natural stone. Not only does this price tag come in a little bit higher, but it varies anywhere from your kind of midline budget to your very extreme and very high budgets, depending on the designer level that you go with. So as far as the mess when it comes to installing stone and what you should expect, there will be a little bit of a mess to expect. We will cut and shape all of your stone outside. We will mix the mortar outside. None of that is going to be tracked into your house. And we will protect the floors and the area that we're working in. That being said, as we're installing the stone, you will see dust particles released into the air. Those dust particles are a little bit lighter than the air itself, and they will float in the air usually up to about 12 to 24 hours and then finally slowly settle down into the house. So the things that we usually recommend are to remove any of the items out of the room that you can. Anything that you can't, we usually ask that you cover it with a plastic drop cloth. That way your furniture, your couch, chairs, they're all protected. For length of time on an install, it really varies on the project itself. If you're going back with an original look that looked a lot like what the builder had installed, where it was just a few feet left and right of the fireplace and only went mantle high, we're gonna be there 3 or 4 hours. If it is a much bigger project, say it is floor to ceiling and the entire accent wall, then we're gonna be there anywhere from 6 to 8 hours, and we may even lead into a second day. The last project, if we're going to install your entire stone on the entire outside of your house, you may see us and get to know us over an entire week. Those projects take a little bit longer, and we schedule them with you, and we make sure that we get you all taken care of. My guys have been installing this stone, and my installers have been with me, some of them for 10, 15, and 20 years. I've got installers that have been with me for 46 years. Our original employee is still one of our best stone installers. With that, they're going to come in and they're going to look at your entire project and bring this in at a whole budget so that we can match that budget for you. Where we bring that value in is, say you have that full fireplace remodel and that full tear out and you don't know how to finish it, I can finish that project start to finish, where we tear out that fireplace, install the new one, and then install stone right on top of it, and we're in and out in a couple of days, and you don't have to coordinate with several other people. You have to coordinate with one trade, one person, your salesperson, as they get everything scheduled, ready to go for you, and we're in and out in a couple of days. Instead of long delays while you're waiting for the tile guy or the painter or everybody else, that's where we bring the value, not only in the budget, but also in the knowledge of installing that stone and being very good at installing that stone.